7 is before you as a first reading ordinance. This is for the expansion of alcoholic beverage establishments in the Wynwood Cafe District. You may recall that approximately 2 years ago, slightly shy of that, the area of the district was increased by approximately 50%. At that time, the cap for beverage licenses, alcoholic beverage licenses, I should have said, was not expanded because there were some left. Now they are close to having expired, all of them, and there is certainly demand for additional licenses. We are recommending approval of this item. This would increase the licenses from 25, which have all been taken up presently, to 40, again commensurate with the expansion of the area. The department recommends approval for this item.
All right.
Move it.
We have a motion by Commissioner Suarez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Spence-Jones. It's a public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard, PZ 7, please step up. You're recognized for the record.
Al Crespo, Miami Shores. You know, when you say that the area has been increased by 50%, is that 50% of businesses have been increased or 50% of residences have been increased? And are you increasing the number of drinking establishments because, as you know, you've increased the number of households in the area?
Through the chair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. To address the gentleman's questions, I was alluding to the area itself, the geographic area of the district. Now, this is basically a regional destination, so the number of establishments there is not tied directly to the number of residents in the area. In fact, there is a very low residence ratio in that particular area, given that the zoning is mostly industrial by nature. It is, however, intended to cater to the community as a whole. And since there is demand for additional establishments, we want to increase at this time the number of potential establishments. I should also specify for the record that each of these applications for each of these alcoholic beverage establishments have to go through a warrant process which warrants review and ultimately approval by the Planning and Zoning Department. Those permits themselves could be appealed to the Planning, Zoning, and Appeals Board or the City Commission through a public hearing. Just
very quickly, ladies and gentlemen of the Commission, when the gentleman just said there's a demand for it, is that demand in writing? Has it been a study? Is there any justification for this?
Through the chair. Yes, sir. We have received applications by business owners in the area, and we've had to turn them away because we don't have any more to give at this moment in time.
That's applications. That's not a study. That doesn't say that the area as a whole deserves more drinking establishments.
Okay.
Okay, I know this is obviously not the place to do that. I'm making a public records request for that information. Thank you.
Okay. Well, did we have a motion and a second on this?
Yes. We do, sir. Would you like to close your public hearing?
Close the public hearing. Anybody else wishing to be heard on PZ 7, please step up. Hearing none, seeing none, public hearing is closed. Any further discussion? All right. Madam City Attorney, is an ordinance.
An ordinance of the Miami City Commission with attachments amending Chapter 4, Article 1 of the Code of the City of Miami, Florida, as amended, entitled Alcoholic Beverages in General, more particularly by amending Section 4-11 entitled Exceptions to Distance Requirements to increase the number of establishments permitted in the Wynwood Cafe District as depicted in Exhibit A, attached and incorporated from 25 to 40, containing a severability clause and providing for an effective date.
Roll call on item PZ7. Vice Chair Gort.
Yes.
Commissioner Spence-Jones.
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez.
Yes.
Chair Sarnoff.
Don't take this the wrong way, and it's very hard to vote when Mr. Crespo says anything because you always want to go opposite of what he has to say. But having said that, you know, I know there are a lot of establishments out there, Mr. Planning Director, that are holding their certificates. And I just wonder if we really do put 40 of them out there, if that is what is desirable for that neighborhood. To me, 40 is a lot. So for right now, and I can be swayed, I'm going to vote no. Because in none of the meetings, any of the briefings, was it ever established to me that what 40 businesses with liquor licenses would look like.
That is a fair statement, sir. And just again to address the issue as you bring it up, we feel comfortable with recommending the increase, perhaps to a number greater than there is interest for presently, because once again, on a case-by-case basis, each additional establishment would have to apply for a warrant, which, as you know, has a number of safeguards attached to them. And if at some point in time we feel that there is adverse impact that results from these, we certainly have the ability, and we have in the past denied these applications.
Would you, for this, because I'd like to support the second reading on this, could you show me a Google map of what you think the anticipated 40 would look like and where they'd be situated? I know that's very prospective, but I'd like to see that.
We're happy to try it, certainly.
Thank you. All right.
Chair, I'm sorry, Chair, and so I will record you as a no vote. The ordinance passes on first reading 3-1.
PZ 8.